Once you choose Indian, your life is going to be amazing. Yes, I agree with you in that part. The best thing about being with an Indian man is if his mom will like you. Yes, that is correct. Because once his mom would end up liking you, he will end up loving you. And on top of that, she will treat you like a princess. And if she has a lot of jewelry, she will end up giving them to you. And Fardeep's mom, she always tries offering me her jewelries. And I keep telling her, no, I don't want your jewelry because I don't really like jewelries or I don't wear jewelries. Well, except these guys because these are fake. I don't really like wearing real jewelries because there is no point. And on top of that, if you ask her, Auntie, can you make me a chai masala and kare-kare? And then she would be like, oh yes, my daughter, I will make you the best chai masala in town. And when she made me the chai masala tea and I tasted it, holy cow, Auntie, this is so very good. And the moment I started drinking her chai masala tea, I started talking in an Indian accent. You see, my friend, my Indian mama, she makes the best chai masala in town. I tried drinking the other chai tea from other Indian mama. I'm gonna be like, nope, I will never drink your chai tea, not unless my Indian mama will make it. And you know what else? If your Indian mama will like you, she would start telling her friends, oh, my future Filipina daughter-in-law, she is very, very good to my son. She takes good care of my son the way I take good care of my son. So now, I have no problem when I die because my son is in a good hand with a Filipina woman. See, I told you, my Indian mama, auntie really loves me.
Ano lahi po ma'am ng partner mo po? So she's asking if what is the race of my partner. So a lot of people has been asking me this for so many times. Are you sure your partner is Indian? Because he doesn't look like Indian. He is more like Pakistani, Afghani, and no, not Indian at all. Right now, I'm gonna tell you the truth of what his race actually. I keep saying that he is Indian because in my whole life, I've always wanted to have a relationship with an Indian man. And I think that Indian men are very good looking, especially I love their eyes. I mean, that's my opinion, right? And everyone has their own opinion. So my partner and I actually did a DNA test 2 years ago. And it turns out that my partner is only 8% Indian from his mom's side. And he is 92% mixed with Afghani, Pakistani. So now you know what his actual race is. He is not pure Indian, but hey, he has at least 8% Indian, right? And I'm so happy about that.
Is your husband Hindu? Hindi. So when I say Hindi, that means no. I know Hindu is a religion or a belief, but Hindi in Tagalog means no. So Farhan, that is his name, aka Fardeep, he was born and practiced the Muslim religion. However, when we met, he was not really practicing Muslim anymore. Meaning he doesn't go to the Kane or pay the Duson. And the same thing with me, I was brought up Christian and eventually I stopped practicing Christianity. And now him and I, we both practice spirituality. We do not follow any religion except our own belief, which is spirituality. So him and I, we don't go to the church to pay tithes and offering. Because being spiritual, we both realize that God would never ever ask for money, and especially asking money from the poor. And if the poor will not give money, sometimes the church will scare them. If you don't give money, that means you're going to hell. I mean, what kind of God who would threaten you that you're going to hell if you don't give money? So instead of us giving our money to the church or Kane, we choose to use that money to help the children who are unfortunate. So yes, that's what we do and that's what we practice. You both didn't follow any religions? Yes, we did growing up. I was born and raised Christian because I followed my mom's belief. And on the other hand, my partner was born and raised Muslim because his parents are following the belief of Islam. And when we met and got to know each other, we learned from each other and discovered a lot of things from each other. And eventually, we followed the step of spirituality. And we both realized that religion is someone else's belief, while spirituality is your own belief. Now, do you see the difference? Religion is someone else's belief that you follow because they said so. Meanwhile, spirituality is your own belief because we believe that we are all one instead of being separated. So do you cook pork? No, I don't cook pork. My mom is Seventh-day Adventist and my dad is Catholic. And normally in the Philippines, often we follow our mom's or mother's religion. But sometimes or some household, a lot of families would follow their husband or dad's religion. But in most cases, it's always the mom that kids follow the religion. And for me, growing up, we were never allowed to cook pork at home. Even my dad, who was Catholic, was not allowed. Not allowed to cook pork at home, not even allowed to bring any pork at home. But for the longest time, I've never eaten pork, but who knows? And that's when it came to the point that I was just questioning a lot of things in my life, including my own religion. So eventually, or when I was 25, I actually tried eating pork. However, I was very particular of what part of the pig I want to eat. Because again, I was not used to eating pork, and when I tried tasting it, it was a bit strange for me. So I ended up eating like pork belly at some point. And I guess pork belly was a bit crunchy, so it was so tasty when you grill it or fry it. So that was the only part of the pig that I would eat. But of course, now I don't eat meat anymore. Maybe I would only eat the meat if I know where it was raised or how it was raised. Was there any injection or some sort of like chemicals that was injected to a meat? Otherwise, I would not try to eat any meat if I can while I'm in the Western world. Not unless where I go to a country where the animals is raised properly. So now you know. Are you married or not? Well, you guys, you're so obsessed with my marital status, it should not matter whether I'm married or not. But to answer your question, whether I'm married or not, the answer is sometimes I'm married, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm single and sometimes I'm double. Sometimes I have a boyfriend and sometimes I have boyfriends. Sometimes I have a husband and sometimes I don't have a husband. And most of the time, sometimes I have a husband and I have a boyfriend at the same time. Okay, so enough with your curiosity about my marital status. Because I can be whatever you want and I can be whatever I want. Life is so simple and most people are making it hard.